as a kitruk, as a complaint against them for their sins. Okay?
But how giving it to Ahasuerus would do that?
Well, Ahasuerus never took it, did he?
That's right.
Because he didn't want to accept responsibility for killing the Jews. It was brilliant, you know. The Malbim says, don't think Ahasuerus was so stupid. The Gemara has to debate he was stupid. He manipulated Haman to do his dirty work. And that's why he didn't take the money.
It's funny at the
Think
end.
he didn't want the money? Malbim says, of course he wanted the money, but he didn't want any responsibility. If he receives money, then he'll be indicted by the Attorney General. You understand? If he doesn't take money, he doesn't indict him. So he wins another term.
Plays the innocent guy. Use that laser.
Exactly. Unbelievable that he could say such a thing. Right? Because it was all what? Hidden. Because that's the whole story of Adar. Hidden miracles. Everything murky. Everything unknown. Okay? Now, we know that the word Haman, min haTorah, is minayim. Haman min haTorah minayim. Hamin ha'etz hazeh. What does that have to do with Adam and Chava? Very simple. What does eating from the Eitz Hadas Tovara do to you? Confuse you. Conceal the truth. Hidden. It hides the truth. Many Mepharshim say that the fruit that Adam and Chava ate was which fruit? Some say it was an esrog. But what does the pasuk say? They sewed themselves clothing out of which trees? Leaves. Figs, te'ena. And some of the Midrashim say it's because that's what they ate from. Now the te'ena tree, why was the te'ena tree, this is my little addition here, added value, why the te'ena tree of all trees? I mean, why not the proverbial apple tree or, a lemon tree or zaysim or something like that, a pomegranate or something? Does that have a meaning?
That's a cute.
Oh, te'ena is, yeah. But one thing about the te'ena, it says in Mishlei, Notzer te'ena yochal piria. Listen carefully. When Moshe wanted a successor, Hashem chose who? Yoshua. Moshe was really davening for his own sons, Gershom and Eliezer, to follow after him, right? Hashem said, no, Yeshua gets it. And he quoted this pasuk, so to speak. He said, Notzer te'ena yochal piria. Why? You have to watch the fig in order to eat the fruit. Because you never know when the fruit is going to appear. The most erratic fruit to predict of when its harvest is the te'ena. You never know. It could come early, it could come late, never on time. That's lahavdil, what Jackie Mason used to say. He used to say the Jewish holidays, either late or early, but they're never on time. They're either late or early. The te'ena requires vigilance. Yeshua never left your side. So the minute the opportunity came, he grabbed it. And he was always there. He says, that's the leader that we need. No sleeping on the job. You have to be ready at all times. That's the vigilance of a Jewish leader. So, and when they sowed fig leaves for themselves, you know what we say about a bad argument or a bad, somebody's trying to make a case for something. You say there's a fig leaf's worth of truth, right? You ever hear that? You ever hear that phrase? Fig leaf, meaning barely covering, barely, and covering what I'll say, as part of the expression, the naked truth. The naked truth is the reality. This is what this person looks like anatomically. Put a fig leaf over it. Terutzim, it becomes vague, it's hidden. Hamin ha'etz hazeh. Haman creates doubt. Amalek is gematria, safek, doubt. What is the doubt? The doubt is whether Hashem's hand is here. Not whether there is Hashem. People agree there is Hashem. The thing that Klal Yisrael added to the realm of Emunah is our belief in Hashkach, and the fact that a Torah was given, the Emes was given at Har Sinai and transmitted, and we believe in that, and we believe in the coming of Mashiach. There's a whole number of beliefs that are not visible, and some are more visible. No, the Torah itself is called Aron HaEdus. It testifies, we mentioned last time, that Hashem has a unique relationship with the Jewish people, and those luchos are the proof. And the man was the proof. So I always say, one second please, that Haman and is the counterpart of Haman, the mana. Get it? Man and Haman. Man, Haman. What? They're counterparts. Because what does man teach you? Why? He says
You have to wait every day.
Your hishtadlus is worth zip. You try. What happened to the people who try to go out early and gather more? Do they end up with any more? No. You can go kill yourself to make $1, but you're going to end up with the same amount of dollars either way. It's a gezeira on Rosh Hashanah, with the exception of Shabbos. You can go wild on Shabbos and spend for Shabbos and Yontif. In fact, the Vilna Gaon told his family not to be cheap with Shabbos or Yontif. Never worry about Shabbos or Yontif, to be sensible and to be economical. Although it does say Shabbat Chol, don't rely on Acherim, but that really means that you shouldn't go out and have these elaborate parties when someone else is paying for you. Then a little modesty is required. But if it's your own money, go. Haman versus Haman. The man. That's hidden versus open miracles.
Excuse me, there's
Yes.
also another thing here that I learned, that they could eat from all the trees. Just one thing they couldn't do.
Just one thing.
And the same thing with Haman, everybody bowed to him. Only Mordechai, this one guy. That was also the connection between.
Right. Kol ze eneno shave li. Word there used is worth it, like material worth. Because ohev kesef lo yispa kesef. Okay, now, the Baal Turim says that there were 100 adonim, which were made out of silver, out of kesef. So what does kesef represent then? Kesef represents the test of faith. The test of faith is kesef. Where you're going to have Haman's money, Haman's shkolim, or Klal Yisrael's shkolim. It's going to be one or the other. Which will prevail? Because the shekel can actually flip. Maybe that's why it's called we go for a half a shekel. Why a half a shekel? Because a shekel could be divided into two halves. Haman's shekel and the Jewish people's shekel. It all depends which half you're going to focus on. Which half you're going to take. Okay? And so there were 100 adonim in the Mishkan, says the Baal Turim. Why? It's just like we have 100 brachos every day. There's a thing of Ma Hashem Shon. What does God ask from you, Moshe says in the book of Dvarim? He says, Meya, Al Tikre Ma Ela Meya. Everybody should make 100 brachos. Shmon Esrei has lots of brachos. Birkas HaMazon has brachos. Birkas HaShachar, you get up in the morning, you daven. We should say 100 blessings a day. What does a blessing do? It reinforces to you Baruch Atah Hashem Elokeinu Melech Olam Hamotzi Lechem Min Haaretz. You are the one. And what does that compel us to do? To relax and be honest. Because there's no need to steal. Because as much as you're going to try and gather for yourself and justify all the gatherings, it's not going to work anyway. So the midah of emes is the counterpart to Amalek, because emes is the complete and total truth. What is the truth? Hashem's hand is here and is guiding the show. If you don't believe that, then you're going to take upon yourself all sorts of compromises. If you don't believe that, okay. And so I think that's what brings us around full circle to the parsha. There were some kesefs that were taken from us, and some that were given with a full heart. Both are true. There was more hidden money in the Mishkan and more visible money. What was the most hidden money? The money that was used for the karbanos, because there was he brought the karban and the animal's gone, right? Nothing to show for it. The next thing that was more visible was the silver that formed the basins and the stands of the Beis HaMikdash. At least they're there, right? They may be covered over, and they're maybe not the central focus of things, but they're there. It's covered over with the skin, but it's there. And the highest level, however, was the things that they gave, the Zahav, the Kesef, and the Choshes, which was given, which are beautiful and used and open to the eye, like I was really saying, the vessels that they made out of kesef would go into that too. In fact, the Karban Pesach, it says in the Mishnah Pesachim, they use both silver and gold basins to bring the blood to the altar. What do you need silver for? If you have gold, who needs silver? No. The Karban Pesach is the attestment of truth. Kesef is the rubric of testing for truth, testing for truth and basic emunah. Okay, so that's why I think that just 3 trumas. I'll just say at that point, the truma that's taken from you is the money that's not really rightfully yours, but you didn't have enough emunah not to give it. So you're kind of forced to give it. You're compelled to give it. Now they say very scary things about people who owe people money, what happens to them, and they pass away. That a lot of times they have to come back in another lifetime to pay their debt. My Rabbi Rapam said there was one story about, a guy who was decreed upon him to come back as a horse. Why? Because he owed money to one guy. So he ended up working for him, azoy v'afer, literally. He worked for him as a horse, and then he dropped dead. The horse drops dead. Now, why the horse dropped dead at that time is another cheshbon, but he paid his debt. And that means that you might even not even come back as a gilgal of a person. You might come back in some form which you can pay your debt. We don't want that. We don't want it. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it. So Adar is the turning point. V'yikhu li truma, from who? Meis kol isha sher yidveno libo, when? In the future. Not a sher nadav libo. When you admit that the money that doesn't stay with you didn't stay with you because it wasn't yours, that will build your heart. Yidveno libo, will turn you into a giving person. That's what I want to say is this, confusing language. He says, you may start out reluctant giving, but if you open yourself up to it, you'll really give with a full heart when your emunah grows stronger. Remember, the refuah process is Aleph Daled Reish. The hidden name of Hashem is Adar. Eventually, we're going to get to ER, which is the open name of Hashem, where the miracles in our lives are not so hidden, but very, very open. And this is a time of miracles. We've got a double Adar. And Adar is a great time to get rid of who? The Persians. Our number one enemy, ironically, that has emerged, the Haman of today. The one who seeks, there's always somebody, who seeks the total destruction of Jewish people. It's like a job. You apply, with the Satan, and you get the job. Well, they got the job, and they're tunneling under, and they're doing everything within their means, but Hashem is punishing them. You see, they're getting weak, and they're sinking, they're being choked off. We really have to daven that Hashem gave us a double Adar. What can we contribute to this process? See the hand of Hashem and seek total acceptance of His Hashgacha in our lives. And B'ezras Hashem, we should see real open miracles. And that's the real Super Bowl. Okay, that's how.